I think the general message that I'm seeing today is I don't see any major breaks in the market, especially if we look at something like Bitcoin. You can see the moving averages have turned back up here. We're painting higher highs and higher lows. So, I mean, technically, that's supposed to be the definition of a bull. There is some unfinished business. Wicks and tails like to be eaten, candle body lows for trade location gap. And probably this is the reload zone. What do you think the odds are? I bet they're probably pretty good. So do we go to new lows here? I don't think so. Yeah, there's your reload zone. Could we dip back down into this original bottom reload zone? And I think there's a gap on the futures charts right in here. Maybe even flirt with the bottom of value down in here. Wick candle body lows for trade location. I might even entertain the idea of adding to this trade if we get down into this area. I would be more inclined to do it off of the futures because these are micros and there's not a lot of money involved here. So it's not like you're betting the form. Like right now, the position's up $23. Big deal. If the trade works right now, it makes you 800. If it loses 250. I might be inclined, to be honest with you, that if we did see the dip down, filled in the gap right at mountain, I got any kind of sign of like a inside bar or a fractal or even an engulfing bar, anything like that down in here, I might even consider going and adding to that trade. So yeah, be aware of that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this guy's basically up at the top end of the range. Yeah, there he is. I mean, I suppose if we double top up here, then yeah, we could have problems. I do like the idea that if you were going to do that 3 high-low method to trail stops, probably that's not a bad place to give up if it walks away. Or to walk away if it gives up. I said that backwards. Clothesline basis, yeah, that still looks like higher highs and higher lows, so I don't really see any reason to get excited there just yet. Indicators, potentially starting to div out here, eh? So that's probably not a good sign. Volume also too trailing off. Higher highs and higher lows on the volume bars here in the short term. So we haven't, quote unquote, topped out yet. But if you see a up, and then lower, and then this starts, like something like that. And of course, excuse my crookedness. So you get this like M here. And then you get a really, really low volume bar below that low there. Then you'll know that it's topped out. So that's still, this is a 4-hour chart. So that's still quite a ways away. My hunch is through the election event, we're going to get some sort of pop up here. And actually, I'd like to actually take some profits on this particular one as we get up top there. Not full profits, but some profits. I think that's smart. I guess review some of the ideas that I did. So these are a little bit older trades. And I think I'll probably leave my crypto purchases at this for now. I could add to these trades, but I don't think I'm going to add any new names. This is a pretty nice list. So Uni, now, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the library credit story. Is that one of the reasons why this thing just got whacked? Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. But I needed actually this pullback to get a failure. So I did buy some of this big W. And, I don't know whether we include this tail in our analysis, but I do like the idea that this looks like some sort of head and shoulders pattern. I don't have, those aren't exact numbers, but you get the idea. And if that's the case, then really should be shooting for somewhere up in this area, at least a serious test of these highs. But I like the idea of actually this thing pulling back, wiping out all of these lows, and giving me a nice little add trade down against this 78.6. So I have thrown in that bid as well. If the trade just takes off and it just doesn't come back, well, then I've missed it. But if we do get a pullback against these lows, I would like to add to that trade. Has it, is this a half decent place to take a shot? I kind of like it. Has this thing got any room to move to the upside? I can get a double just on this 52-week range 50% roll. Now, obviously, as we move into the end of the year and the beginning of the new year, that level will come down. So there's November 10th. So we might even see that fall down a bit more. But even as it stands right now, there is 50% roll, and that would be a double. And we'll see how it goes. I think this is still a work in progress. It hasn't quite turned up just yet. Of course, we'll know that it's a sushi or a matic if we blast through these highs here. Then we'll know we're off to the races.